After being tied with the number one team in the country at halftime, getting into foul trouble, and simply not having the length to keep up with Kentucky is why the Redbirds fell tonight. ISU now falls to 3-5 on the season. One good thing, though, is that the toughest part of their non-conference schedule is now over. Devonta Cooper-Sell led all scorers with 22 points and can use his performance tonight as a building block for the rest of the season. For TV10 News, I'm Sander Gill. The Illinois State women's basketball team gets to hit the hardwood tonight for their first game in Redbird Arena this season. Good afternoon, I'm Sander Gill with your sports. Halftime here at Hancock Stadium. Now, whereas the season opener was a slow start for the Redbirds, the home opener has been the exact opposite, as both Marshawn Coppridge and Trey Roberson have gotten on the board for 2 touchdowns. Look for the same to continue in the second half. 2 local high schools are still in the hunt to capture a state championship in volleyball. Good afternoon, I'm Sander Gill with your sports. What a wild weekend of sports it was. Welcome to this week's episode of The Sports Zone. I'm Sander Gill.
And I'm Connor Boyd. We have covered with local, college, and professional sports all across the country, but we'll start off with the oldest FCS rivalry in the state of Illinois.
It was a thrilling finish in the 104th Mid-American Classic as ISU defeated Eastern 34-31 in overtime. Sean Slattery nailed a 32-yard field goal in the first round of overtime as the Redbirds forced an Eastern fumble and were able to seal the game. Plenty of big performances throughout the game as sophomore safety Alex Coker led all Redbirds in tackles with 14, and fellow sophomore Matt McCown added 10 tackles of his own, along with 2 tackles for a loss and recovering the fumble in overtime to set up ISU's game-winning field goal. Trey Roberson got his first rushing touchdown of the season as he passed for over 200 yards and added another touchdown through the air. But the player of the game was also announced the player of the week as Marshawn Coppridge ran for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns on 33 carries. Coppridge now has 41 touchdowns in his Redbird career as he passed Toby Davis on the all-time touchdown record list, and he is rewriting history every game from here on out. The All-American running back was named the Missouri Valley Conference Offensive Player of the Week yesterday. Welcome back inside the Sports Zone. It is finally time for our favorite part of the show as we break down the top 3 plays from over the weekend. The first one's going to be coming to us from New York as we join the Knicks and Bucks in play there. Porzingis was able to get the board there, but he's going to be able to get the putback here as he jumps up and is able to throw that one down. We're going to take a closer look at this one. Porzingis been doing this stuff all season long. The rookie getting the elevation for the putback. What a play. Welcome back to the Sports Zone. I'm Sander Gill. Every week we like to interview an athlete on campus, and today I am joined by Redbird kicker Sean Slattery. Sean, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.
All right. Now, I just wanted to open up with Iowa. You guys had a great experience playing a Big Ten opponent. What was that like for you, especially at Iowa?
Iowa, that was an awesome atmosphere. They've got a great fan base. It was a good game for us to start out with. Just great competition, getting the opportunity to play at the Big Ten level. So I thought that was great for our team.
All right. And now skipping ahead a little bit, you guys had a game against Eastern, which was a wild one. Ended up going into overtime where you kicked the game-winning field goal. Talk about that game a little bit and talk about that last kick you had.
Game started out pretty fast. We played pretty well at the beginning. Then we got a couple penalties here and there, and I ended up kicking a 50-yarder. That was the longest I've ever had in a game, and so that was awesome. I was really excited, and then kind of just mishit the next 2. Had a couple tough kicks there, and that was kind of tough. I was pretty mad at myself, but yeah. And then at the end, I got the opportunity, and Coach Speck put me out there to hit the game winner, and I got it done. So it was great.
Was that your first game winner, by the way?
Yes, it was.
So
it was
what
really
did that
exciting.
feel like? Making history for the Redbirds, stuff like that.
I don't know. It was a pretty crazy feeling. I remember just hitting it, and then I kind of looked to the sideline, and I just kind of started running. I didn't really know what to do, and then I ended up seeing Anthony Warren, and then just kind of jumped into his arms. It was pretty cool. It's great.
Awesome. All right. Now you guys are coming off the bye week. You guys are 2-1 heading into this game against Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa was the only team that beat you guys in the regular season last year. But you guys got some revenge in the postseason. What's it going to be to have them at home this week?
I think it's going to be great. I've heard that the game is pretty much sold out, so it's going to be awesome to have our fans back here in Normal. So I think it's going to be a really fun game. Our defense has just got to play like we always do, and I think we can get it done.
All right. And this weekend is also family weekend. Give us a little insight what it's like. Like you said, it's going to be a sold-out crowd at Hancock Stadium. What's it like playing in front of a sold-out crowd?
It's great. Just get you really excited. It's for me, I get out there so early, so I can kind of see the stadium fill up and until it's full at the beginning. So it's great. It's going to be a really great atmosphere. I can't wait.
All right. Now you guys made it all the way to Frisco last year for the national championship. We all know, unfortunately, how that one ended. But what do you guys take from that last season and apply it to this season?
Well, like you said, it was kind of a tough game. tough ending. But I mean, I think we had we had a great season last year, obviously, and getting to that last game, I think it was just a great time for us to show what we could do. And unfortunately, like you said, it didn't really end too well. But coming into this year, I think our team's been doing really well, and we just hopefully can transfer that on to Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And now you guys open up conference play against Northern Iowa this week. How important is the conference schedule for you guys?
I mean, the Valley is always really tough every year. So, just starting out with Northern Iowa, they've always been real tough opponent. UNI is always had a great team. So, I think it's going to be a big test for us this week, and see if we can get it done.
All right. And now you sat behind Nick Ossiker last season. What did you learn from him as a kid?
He was, pretty much all the time. He was pretty much my leader by example, so to speak. And it was just great sitting behind him because he hit 2 game winners last year, which was great. And he was just a great guy to sit back and just kind of watch what he does, watch how he warms up, and just kind of mirror what he does and learn from him. And I got to do that for 2 years, so it was great. Really fortunate for that.
All right. Now you actually got into the action yourself against Morgan State. You made your first career tackle. Yeah. What was that like for you?
That was pretty cool. I just kind of saw him come up the middle and just kind of went after him, dove at his knees, and went out of bounds. So it was cool.
Awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Sean, for joining us today in studio.